Back from our little
Mm.
break. Back from our little break.
Ooh, a little breaky breakfy.
Little breaky breakfy. What did you have for breaky breakfy? Oh, stop. More not.
Clap.
Don't do the banter. We have to clap.
Don't do the banter. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hi, I'm Maggie.
And I'm Amanda.
And we're sisters-in-law.
We started with Suits and then began scheming.
If you love TV, check out what's streaming.
It's only show fans. Only show fans. Only show fans.
Back to my real question of the day. Oh, what'd you have for brekkie? What was your little brekkie today?
English muffin with some jam and peanut butter.
Okay. Sounds like a protein brekkie.
Kind of a standard breakfast for me. Some coffee. I pretty much eat that every day. What'd you eat for breakfast?
I got a new coffee bean grinder, and so I did grind my beans. You know, we like to grind the beans the day of. Got some beans at the Church of Central Market, where I go every Sunday morning, and I grind my beans. Freshly ground beans, grinding my beans. Why you laughing at me? You like to grind beans. What is so funny? You are a professional bean grinder. Okay, I've heard you grind your beans before 7 a.m. You get in there and your bean grinding makes a lot of noise. It wakes up the neighbors. Like, do not judge me for grinding beans.
You do not know what you're saying. You do not know what you're saying.
I do. I know exactly what I'm saying. I'm grinding my beans every day. Why would I just do that once a week when I can get up every morning and just grind those beans? Like, I mean, they're so ground, okay? I took a picture of it afterwards, after I ground my beans.
Keep that picture of yourself.
I was so proud. No, I'm going to put it. No,
No.
I'm putting it in the show notes. I was so proud of the fresh grinding of my beans at like 6 a.m. too. Like, I got up early, and the first thought that came to my head wasn't like, I got to let the dog out. It was like, I got to grind my beans. Anywho, on top of that, freshly ground beans, Maggie, I had some yogurt. Fresh yogurt. You know what? If you look hard enough, you can see the remnants of what was from my freshly ground beans. Look at that coffee in there. It's from grinding my beans early in the morning every day now. I paid extra to have that Amazon bean grinder sent over. I paid Bezos more money than I ever wanted to. I want to make sure when I'm grinding my beans, I have nothing but the best equipment to do it.
We're about to be so huge on the lesbian side of TikTok. So huge. They come for the bean content. They get very confused about why we're sisters-in-law.
What's happening?
Why are they talking about Black Rabbit?
Two straight women can grind their beans. Okay,
it's true. I do love grinding my coffee beans.
Yeah, we should probably insert with carrot coffee beans.
Coffee beans.
I'm talking about. Did you think I was talking about something else?
No.
Okay, I was talking about my coffee beans.
Right. Freshly ground coffee bean for me too. Okay, well that's a good banter. You know what? Just a quick aside too. Hearing that crow.
I hardly know her. Okay.
But you know we're being pretty good.
I had to spit that out. I just had to spit that coffee out. Well, so much. I got to go grind some more. I just spit that coffee out. Now I cannot re-drink it. All right.
Okay. All right.
We have a very serious podcast to record.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're just now joining us.
Hang on, let's do this. Let's, a little woo-saw. Let's with our ears. Woo-saw. We can't do this to our ears because we have headphones on, but
Still feels good though.
woo-saw. Woo-saw. Hamana, 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 hamana. Hamana, 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 hamana. Unique New York. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Oh, that's hard.
That's hard. That's too hard.
The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Love it. All right, I think we're ready.
All right. Okay. If you're just now joining us, this is part 2 of our Black Rabbit recap. It was a limited series, is a limited series on Netflix, but
Yes.
we have unlimited thoughts, so we had to split this up into 2 episodes.
Yep. And we don't foresee that happening every time, but this one was so full of hot thoughts. What were we going to do?
So many hot thoughts.
Bateman, we're so proud of you. Truly,
proud of you,
we haven't
Bateman.
talked in a while, but we are so proud of you. Like, yeah. Did you already say that if you are just tuning in, do not listen any further? You might have had a really good time listening to the bean grinding because you too like fresh coffee. But if you're just now tuning in, stop what you were doing. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go back and listen to part 1 that we just dropped.
Because
Like,
then we have so many good hot thoughts over there.
And we're going to, if you're listening to this and don't watch the show, we've spoiled everything for you. And some people love to pick up a book and read the last page first. More power to you.
That's a me.
But
I do that.
That's a you. Not at all. Do not tell me. I do not want to know the ending. I can't handle it. I've accidentally done that a few times and it drives me crazy and I'm disappointed in myself. That's what being said. Go back, listen to part 1 because we're going to pick up where we left off. Right?
Yes, we're picking up right. We'll pick up right now. I'm ready to pick up.
We will. Yeah, we're not even going to do a brief because Maggie had such a clutch brief in the first episode that there's no reason for me to add to it. And also because I didn't write one.
Of course. I mean, we like to say
if anything, I'm on brand. Yeah, if anything, I'm on brand.
Okay, so we leave off and it's the Freakin' brothers are doing a fundraiser because they still need to pay off Mob Boss Joe and Junior. And it's not actually going to be a fundraiser for Jake's son's private school. It is actually going to be money that they pocket. Chef Roxy's kind of understands this and she's already got some hot takes and she's kind of frustrated with Jake Freakin'. But they end up pocketing all this money. It is the perfect amount to pay off the debt. The only problem is they both think that they get to have this money.
Yes.
They both need this money.
Communication breakdown. I'm going to blame it on the drugs. Truly. I'm going to blame it on this fast and loose lifestyle. I'm not saying people who have communication breakdowns are on drugs. I'm just saying they are in an altered state. And I do believe that that's making it harder. And they're just running so fast. They're also in this mode of clawing their way out of the hole. And that's an awful place to be. And you make fear-based choices when you're doing that.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. And they're both desperate. They're both desperate.
Desperate. Well, because truly their lives depend on this.
Yes. Yeah. And Jake needs the money because he's been skimming off the top of the books.
Yes.
So he needs to replace that because he wants to open a bigger, fancier restaurant in the pool room. And secretly, not so secretly, he really wants to just have sex with Estelle, who is his best friend, Wes's girlfriend. And she's also the interior designer.
Does he love her?
He loves her. Yes.
Okay.
And also wants to have sex with her. Because I feel like it's both. Both and.
Yeah, both. I didn't know if you thought it was just a physical relationship for them or if he actually loved her.
I think it's an infatuation.
Oh, interesting.
I think he's infatuated with her. I think he's someone who wants what other people have.
Okay.
And I think she's beautiful. She's smart. Yeah. And I think that she's a shiny thing and he wants her.
Okay.
And he might think it's love, but is he capable of a deep and love, like he ends up lying to her so much and like hurting her in so many ways, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's doing this and hurting his friend Wes too. He's not like thinking straight.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I think.
That's good. Just curious. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree. All right. Good.
Another hiccup for
you don't need therapy anymore, Jake. We just did it for you.
Yeah, we did it for you, Jake Friedkin. You need to figure that out.
Freaking pay
Also,
us.
Friedkin pay us for this. Another hiccup in opening this restaurant is Anna, the bartender.
Yes. Something happened to her because we see that even like in the very first episode. And she stops showing up for work, kind of just decides to quit. And she is posting about getting revenge on Black Rabbit. And it's going viral because she is kind of like a celebrity bartender, right? So, you know, we have, what's the chef's name again? Why did I forget her name?
Roxy.
Yeah, Roxy. Like she's kind of like become this famous chef like around because people will oftentimes follow chefs and even bartenders to different restaurants because it's like they're the, you know, the brains behind this like culinary treat. So she's posting, she's got a following, they're freaking out. And here is what we find out happened. That Jules, who was
He's an artist.
he's an artist. But like, how is he connected to them? I think he did the art for part of the restaurants, but like was just part of this scene with them.
He's like Wes's art deal. Like Wes gets a
That's
lot of
it.
art from him.
Art from
so
him.
he
That's
hangs
right.
out with Wes a lot and he's got a lot of money. So he's kind of always at the Black Rabbit, like hanging
Right.
out and being perverted.
And thinking he can get away with more because he's got more money, which
Mhm.
we don't like that. Just because you have money doesn't mean that you get like all the excuses, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So Jules took advantage of and drugged Anna, basically, when she was knocked out at the Black Rabbit. And Anna does not think that Jake would do anything about it. And she tells Roxy as much, like, he's never going to kick Jules out because everyone knows Jules is a creep. Everyone knows he is like inappropriate and a mess.
Right.
There's no nice way to say it.
No,
Really. He's a monster.
he is a monster. And instead of telling Jules that he needs to get out of the business, like he needs to never come back, Jake deletes the footage of Jules spiking Anna's drink because he finds it, which, man, that doesn't make you any better than Jules.
Agree. This was so messed up.
This
I
part
was like, why?
Yes.
Why wouldn't you, like, Anna is your girl. Like, she's made your restaurant what it is. And why would you betray her like that? And also just, even if she wasn't like a star bartender, that's messed up.
It doesn't matter what kind of bartender she was.
No, it doesn't matter if she's a patron or like the worst patron in the world. Like it doesn't justify deleting evidence like that.
No.
Because it's clear as day on the video. And then Jules is back at the restaurant at a party and gives Mel, who's this adorable bubbly hostess, some bad Coke. And so they have to give her Narcan. And then this reporter who's kind of been following the Black Rabbit is turned on that like someone almost died. There's this like revenge on Black Rabbit post. She's like, what is going on? Like something seedy is happening here.
there. Yeah. Yeah. So this all brings Anna into like a huge mess because Jules' fix-it guy is trying to get her to move to Mexico. He's like, I'm going to give you this like cash and a one-way ticket to get out of here because I can't deal with you. And so his way of dealing with her is to like get out of there. But meanwhile, Vince gets drunk, but not because he wants to get drunk. Because remember, he has been sober. Okay. Like he hasn't been drinking. Isn't that correct?
I don't know. He doesn't want to get drunk because the goons are making him get drunk because they want him to talk. Right.
I thought he had been sober for a bit.
Maybe. But what's a bit with him? Like 2 weeks, you know?
Sure, but like if he knows as an alcoholic what that's going to do to him, like
right, yeah, that's true.
That it could have a different impact on him, and so he ends up getting drunk because the what's her butts,
Junior and Babbitt, the
Junior and
goons.
Babbitt, have given him alcohol, and he accidentally brings up Anna's name. So now Anna is in their zeitgeist and they know who she is. Like this is another person that could be an issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
They go to talk to her. Okay, they go to talk
just to
her.
talk.
After, okay, Jules, this is where we'll like get into the plot here. Okay. Like Jules's fix-it guy has gone to give Anna this opportunity and said, hey, here's some money and a one-way ticket to Mexico. Do you want it? And she's like, yeah, I do. And so she's going to take it and she's going to leave. While she's packing her things and getting her stuff together, Junior and Babbitt go over to see Jules. They're going to talk to her. She is running a bath, and they like see their way in. They break in, and then they just want to talk to her, and they push. She's trying to get them out and slams the door on them. She's inside of her bathroom, and she's on one of those old New York bathrooms with a tile, and it's slippery and it's wet. And as she pushes the door, they push back on her. Babbitt does, and it knocks her up against that porcelain tub, and she dies. This was so awful.
I know.
And then they left her there.
Yeah.
And Jules's fix-it guy is watching from outside because he was waiting on her, and he watches that lights were on and then lights were off.
And he sees these guys go in and come out, so he knows something.
And Junior is wearing the watch that he has taken.
That belongs to Vince.
To Vince. That is Vince's dad's, right? So he is wearing that watch, and the watch falls off at the apartment. Which, here's what's interesting to me. You would think that he would actually be okay with that watch being left because it's Vince's, and it puts Vince at the crime scene as opposed to him, because it's a watch, like he could go back and be like, that's not my watch. And they could figure out it's Vince's watch.
Right.
But he really needs to get it back because he doesn't want people to know because I guess since Vince knows he's there, he thinks he's going to turn it on him. But when I was thinking about this, I was like, that's interesting that he's like, oh, great. Now we've got somebody else who can be at the scene of the crime and not us.
Right. But it is interesting too, like the fix-it guy, this is another miscommunication because he assumes that Jake has sent these guys.
Yes.
To take care of Anna. And he's like, I already had it taken care of. And Jake's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Because Jake does care for Anna in his messed up mind, right?
Yes.
And so they're all devastated that Anna has been found dead, right?
Yeah.
They're mortified, but also like this just shows like the fix-it guy's like, I saw your guys come in, and he's like, those aren't my guys. And everything's like scrambled up and so stressful because everyone's trying to solve a problem in the worst way possible.
And they're not communicating because they're not all on the same side, and they're all panicked, and they're making fear-based choices.
Super fear-based choices. A quick depo, if someone did give you a suitcase full of cash and a ticket to Mexico, would you take it?
How much cash and where in Mexico?
Cancun, and let's say it's because, you might want more than Anna did. Let's say it's $250,000.
To never come back?
Yeah, to just start a new life in Mexico.
No.
No.
Would you?
$1 million.
Probably not. No.
No. $2 million.
I mean, the problem is Cancun. That's not where I'm going to flee to.
Mexico City. Mexico City.
I've never been. I don't know.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
don't know that I would want to do that because that starting over also means like a new identity and everything. Like
that's true.
No.
Yeah. What if someone was trying to come after you?
If someone was trying to come after me, that's a very different situation.
Yeah, it is. Because no one was really coming after Anna, right? It was just kind of like, just go.
Yeah, he just needed her to go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Start
maybe
over.
She felt like that's all she could, like what was she going to do,
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
I think she's in a different situation than like you're asking me that question now and I'm asking you that question now. Like, are you going to leave your kids, right?
Yeah, no. I'd have to take them with me, and that'd be too hard.
Yeah, it's like also you have to like pay per head on that one. Like how much are you going to pay me for each of the kids?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, everyone's panicking now.
Now a suitcase that's got it's got dime bags full of weed
that
like
I could take into that
I could not get anywhere. I could not get anywhere. I could take into an interview. You're right.
Okay, so
now we're really
panicking.
Panic at the Disco. Panic at the Disco.
Panic at the Disco. And it is like a literal disco party at the Rabbit all the time. And these goons, Babbitt and Junior, are like, I'm going to kill you, Jake and Vince. And they're like, no, we have the money. And they're like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have the money. We're going to kill you right now because this whole situation is spiraled out of control. And they take all their clothes off. They have to take off all their clothes. And they're also, so they're like naked in New York. And they're like, why don't you just rob the Black Rabbit to get more money? It's going to be like $1 million and it's going to be in
Yes.
diamonds because there's this big diamond party and you can come in the back entrance and like I
Yeah.
promise, like it's good. Do it. Do that.
I'm even gonna leave the code to the safe on a matchbook in my
Yes.
desk.
Yes. Like
Just
it's
in
for
case you forget.
Mm-hmm. And they get out of it. They don't get killed, but this is a bad idea.
This scene where Jude Law and Jason Bateman, Vince and Jake, are walking around with like almost no
Naked.
clothes on, naked in the great city of New York or Brooklyn.
Naked in New York.
Naked in New York was one of my favorite scenes. Not because they're naked in New York, but the dynamic and the banter of like, I fucking hate you, but also you're my brother. Like
Yes.
that both of those things can be true was so like great to watch. And their acting, I felt like was peak. It was also like so Bateman to be like just the like you said, like he can pull these things out of a character and like
So
bring them to
good.
life in a way that like nobody but Jason Bateman can do. So yeah.
It was so absurd. So they're saying these serious things, but in this absurd way because they're literally naked, walking around with the city lit up behind them. And then some of the things they're saying are so like, you know, when you fight and you're so mad and then you say stupid stuff, but it comes like you're so serious about it. Like when you're a kid too, and you say something and you're like, you're a big doo-doo head and I hate you. And it's like, well,
you're just a small
silly
doo-doo
thing to
head and I
say.
don't hate you. I'm just a little bit annoyed with you.
Yeah. That's what I really mean. But I'm also naked in New York.
Yeah. Naked in New York.
But this whole like heist ends up getting called off because the Big Daddy mob boss Joe is like, stop. He's like, do not do that.
Because as we know from the last episode, one of his sons is involved.
and we think his son is Jake.
Jake, yes.
Alleged baby.
Alleged, yes. Okay, so then the robbery takes place.
But Jake has also called it off. Jake does not think this is going to take place, which is interesting because in the very first scene, I was like, oh, this guy's obviously involved. Jake is obviously involved in this heist because he kept being like, everyone come for the toast. I want everyone to be here for the toast. And I thought he was trying to leave the diamonds unarmed when he was calling everyone for the toast. So I really thought that he was involved. But in real life, he did call this off and he did not think this heist was going to happen.
You thought he was involved?
In the first scene? Yeah, I did.
Interesting. I went back and watched the first episode again because that's kind of what I do. And I didn't even think that the second time around. I just thought he was being like this is my restaurant. Everybody come up. I want you to be here and like be part of this thing. That's the vibe I was getting.
He just seemed so like everyone's got to come. Come on. So I thought that was suspicious. What I did not think was going to happen was that Vince was the other robber.
And at the very end of that opening scene in the first episode, before it cuts to the Black Rabbit, morphing of the graphics, there's the image of Jake lying on his back, and Vince is, and Jake's eyes are really big, but they don't cut to him looking at, you don't know what he's looking at. So you don't know if he's going to get shot or whatever. Right. But that's when he's like, oh my gosh, I'm looking into my brother's eyes.
Yes. Yeah.
Which brings me to my depo for you.
Okay.
Do you think you could spot your brother's eyes through a ski mask? Would you know it's him?
Yeah.
Kyle's? Mine?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your kids?
I do think
Did you
so.
decipher the kids?
Yeah, I think I'm the only person who knows my kids from their baby pictures. Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone else is confused, but I can tell by the eyes.
Yeah.
No one else can. A mother knows.
What if I had colored contacts on? Could you tell?
You know what's weird? I don't really notice people's eye color unless it's very unique.
Right.
I don't really notice their eye color.
What color are my eyes?
Well, your eyes are brown.
Are they? So you're saying they're not unique? They're brown.
If you had lime green eyes, I would notice. But I don't really notice because most eyes are kind of all similar.
Yeah.
You know?
That's fair.
Could you recognize my eyes?
Mm-hmm. I could.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I could recognize all my family's eyes. I'd probably get the kids confused, but I'd be like, this is one of my nibblings. This is definitely a nibbling. I just don't know which one.
I'm related to this one. I'm related.
Well, I think I know them really, really well. I feel like I'm a pretty involved aunt who knows them, but there's been a few times where I've sent a picture. I'm like, look at cute little Arthur. And you're like, that's Robbie.
But everyone does it. Literally every single person in the family will be like, look at this cute picture I just found of insert kid name. And I'm like,
Nope.
wrong kid. And they're like,
Wrong
no. And I'm like, check the date on it. And they're like, you're right.
Yeah. Well, also, we'll recount again for all of our new listeners so that my father gets us confused. By the way,
Yeah.
let's take a look here. And my father once posted on National Daughters Day a picture of Maggie wearing a wig,
A brown
right?
wig. Mhm.
A brown
Yeah,
wig.
I was dressed,
Were you
to be
just
fair, I
like-
was dressed as you.
You were dressed as me because my 40th birthday party was to come dressed like me. And you brought a brown wig and looked so much like me that my dad thought it was, in fact, me and said, Happy National Daughters Day on Facebook and posted. The only picture he decided to post was a picture of you dressed as me. And everybody thought it was a joke. And he was convinced that that was me.
Mm-hmm.
So
he would not guess our eyes if we were
he
robbing
would
him
not
blind.
guess the eyes. Not at all.
No. He'd be like, I
All
think
right.
that's...
That's somebody in the family. Okay.
Yeah. Because so the reason was too, Babbitt Jr.'s like friend supervisor did not want to rob the bank. So Junior went to Vince, or did not want to rob the Black Rabbit. Babbitt did
Right.
not want to rob the Black Rabbit. So Junior, who needed another person, went to Vince and was like, let's go, let's get it. During this robbery, Junior shoots Wes and then goes to shoot Jake in the head. And then Vince shoots Junior. So now we got Wes, we got Junior. The sous chef has been shot by like a security guard. So
Yes.
we've got 3 guys have been shot. Vince grabs the diamonds and just walks out scot-free.
Yes.
He just walks out in all this chaos.
And Jake knows that his
It's
brother
Vince.
has just walked out with all of these diamonds.
Yes. And the police
left
are there.
This bloodbath. Like,
Yes.
okay.
Wes, his best friend, the sous chef who's been with him since the very beginning, and then Junior, who's going to get them in very big trouble because he is the mob boss's son.
They've killed Junior.
Yeah, Junior is gone.
He's dead. He did not make it. And when Mob Boss Joe finds out, he loses it. Incredible scene. Completely
Oh,
loses
he's such
it.
a good actor. Yeah.
He loses it. I want to find out more about him. We need a deep dive on that one. He loses it, but then he just as quickly as he completely loses it, 180, and he's like, "I'm coming for you. I'm coming
And he
for you.
signs everything, and it's so intense.
I'm freaking coming for you."
Yes.
Freakins.
Oh my God. So Jake's like, okay, call my wife Val, get my son, and then get Jen. We got to get them all to a safe house. Vince's daughter, because he's on the phone with Vince, and he's like, "What the fuck did you do?"
Yes.
Like, what did
He
you
also
do?
leaves the scene, by the way. His restaurant, he leaves the scene of the crime.
To talk
Okay?
to Vince, who just
To talk
robbed
to
him.
Vince. Yes, to talk to Vince. Meanwhile, Vince is like, "Bro, I got it." And he runs to this place in this, like, at the back dungeon of a pawn shop in the basement to be like, "I'm going to get the cash for it." And he is like prime, like Antsy Bateman. Like, it's so, this last 2
Oh
episodes.
my God.
Ooh.
Not even making sense because it was just so much.
Yeah, I know. I feel like if you're listening, hopefully you're listening because you've watched it and you're like there with us, because the chaos of all of it was so freaking intense.
I think one of my favorite parts of this, like, so blah, 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 all these things are happening. It's crazy. Bateman eventually goes to sell the diamonds to Junior's diamond guy, right? And he gets there and he's going to sell these diamonds, and the guy's taking a long time and he's like nervously pacing. Meanwhile, Mob Boss Joe and his goon, or is it Babbitt? It's Babbitt. Babbitt is with them, right?
Yeah.
And they're also going, and they're going up the back stairs, and Jason Bateman's on the top. He gets the money, and then he's running. They see each other and they're running through, but there's this one point where there's this mirror, right?
Mhm.
And it was so like Jurassic Park, right? He's in like this very shiny metal thing, and there's these dinosaur mobsters coming for him, right? And
Yeah.
he stands up. They see him in the mirror, shoot at the mirror, and he's running the opposite direction. How good was that?
It was so good.
And then he
It
slams
was
the door. It's bulletproof glass, and they're shooting at it, but they can't get out. They
yes.
can't unlock it. I was like, oh my God, this man, by the skin of his teeth, continues to survive.
I know. It
Some
feels a
people are
little bit like.
survivors.
Is it kind of like when we went to go watch Fast and Furious?
Yes.
When my brother
My
and
husband.
your husband, said for my birthday, all I want is for my girlfriend at the time, my sister and my mom, because my dad was out of town, to go watch Fast and the Furious together after eating at the Cheesecake Factory. That's
Such
what we
a
did.
Kyle Austin day.
Yeah.
And in it, the car's like flying over the cliff. And my mother-in-law, your mother, goes, this is unbelievable.
Completely unbelievable. Like out loud in the, the movie theater. Anyways, what a great franchise. All of the drama felt so like at the hospital was so realistic too, of like just grappling. There's everybody's sad. What's going on? Like Jake shows up and the cop is there like investigating, like, why did you leave? He's like, I wanted to go take care of my kids and get, which good alibi. It is
also
true.
kind of true.
It is true. It's just not the whole truth, right? And then they figure out that he's had a call that's been made, right? But like he leaves the Black Rabbit. He left all of those people there in the middle of it, which is like shady AF, dude. That is like, but also he's not thinking. He's making a fear-based choice at this point. Like he's terrified. Like this has just gotten a whole lot worse, right?
Yes.
Like to quote me, it's going to get bad. Then it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
And this is the worst it could get, right?
Yeah.
At this point.
Well, we think so.
We think.
So then, like, Jake gets picked up by Boss Daddy Joe, and they're going to kill Jen if he doesn't call Vince and find out where Vince is going. Vince is going to his dad's old bar, right?
Yes.
He's going to go there and get some stuff to get ready to get out of town, right? He's going to make one last stop there.
Did you believe that? I thought that Vince knew. Like I had a suspicion that Vince was leading them in a different way. Like I thought Vince is saying something and that is some kind of code and the brother gets it. Like you and I've talked about our code words, right? Like I was like, this is that situation where it sounds like he's giving the right information, but they're going to fall for it and they're going to go to the wrong place and Vince is going to get out. That's what I thought. And then I was worried it was going to get Jake killed. That was my prediction, is that Vince was going to send him on a wild goose chase or a wild black rabbit chase. Right? Yeah. And then he was going to get fucked because he got to that location and then that's not where he was. He was like, this was whole, where he is. And then they were going to kill Jake. That's what I was worried was going to happen.
Oh, no,
it didn't. I worried wrong.
Yeah, you worried wrong, but that was a good worry.
It just felt like the way that it was too obvious to say he was going there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, for sure.
It felt too obvious. Like, why would you go to the most obvious place? Though, however, they say in these things, like, people never look in the most obvious places for, like, they're usually right there in plain sight. So
that's true. Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't think Vince would ever think that Jake would turn him in.
Oh.
So I thought he's being honest because when has Jake, I mean, they've like screwed each other over, but not in like such an intentional, obvious way. And I thought Jake was going to turn him in and then be like, I'm done with it. I'm done. I didn't think I washed my hands of it. I got to stop.
I thought, okay, I hear what you're saying. The reason I was worried is I didn't think that Vince thought Jake is turning me in. I thought Vince knew that Jake was with them and he needed to give a decoy. And like, it was some kind of like brotherly bat signal to be like, go here, but it really means.
Right.
That's what I thought.
Right. No,
like,
I get that.
I thought,
yeah.
And then they could really, be Naked in New York Part 2. I don't know.
The sequel.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know. There was so much. And I love to try and predict this kind of stuff. And this one was just like.
Too wild.
It was too wild.
Because then Jake is like done, like he could be done, but he's not. He gets in his car and he's racing to go try to pick up Vince before the mob boss gets there, before Joe gets there.
Yes.
Of course, he does not make it. Joe and Babbitt get there. And this is one of the best murders.
Scene, oh my gosh.
So this cool was under pressure.
So wild. Bateman, You did it again.
Bateman, you baited me in.
Man.
Yeah, okay, so it's first of all, we know mob boss Daddy Joe cannot hear. So they're at this bar and Vince asks for one more drink, and then he goes to get out all this bad coke that ultimately had like given the hostess an overdose, right? It's like bad, it's mixed wrong.
Yeah.
And he gets it out, and while mob boss Daddy Joe is making the drink, Babbitt's sitting there, and Vince is like, "You want to hit?" And he goes, "Oh, sure." And then Vince shoves his face into the coke, like murders this man via cocaine. Right?
Honestly, name a movie where you've seen this done before.
Is there a movie where this has been done before?
I mean, I can't think of one. I haven't seen all the movies.
I don't watch a
know
ton
lot
of
about
Coke
drugs.
movies.
I don't either. I do like a good crisp Diet Coke or Coke Zero, even a Coca-Cola Classic sometimes.
But I wouldn't want to get my
if
face
you've been
shoved in
listening
even
from the
that.
beginning, you know that Maggie and I do not know enough about drugs.
We don't know
this
nearly
felt
enough.
very innovative to me. You know,
I
really
was-
thinking on his feet. Somebody who has taken an improv class. Somebody who is like, I'm going to think outside the box of cocaine, or the brick, or is it a brick of cocaine? I don't know.
A bag? It was a bag.
Is it a baggie? What drugs come in bricks?
I think. Well, I don't think this was a.
It wasn't.
Is a brick
A
a
baggie.
metaphor?
I think Big Daddy drugs can be brought over and brought out in bricks, and then I think you like. It's kind of like cheese. You cut a piece off, right?
And you wrap it in saran wrap.
Yeah. But that you just save for later. It turns into penicillin. This, when it molds. Well,
Okay,
I guess this is where it would be helpful. It would be helpful if we knew more about drugs. But I'm just saying,
it would be helpful if we did. Yeah. And perhaps like people who listen and know more about drugs will be like, of course, like everyone who does cocaine knows that this is the
last
case
in resort. Like last resort, you just shove somebody's face in a big pile of coke.
Everyone knows that, but we didn't know that.
We do not.
We didn't know that. No. I was shocked. And as soon as he kills him and he's running out the door, mob boss Joe doesn't even know yet because he can't hear. And then Jake picks him up in the car. At the same time, the police have already identified that Vince is the person because he rips off his mask and it's all on camera because everything's cameras.
It's everywhere.
Everyone's looking for Vince. Mob is looking for Vince. NYPD is looking for Vince. Jake is no longer looking for Vince because he picked him up in the car. But he's on like billboards. Like he's like, it's everywhere.
Okay, you just said something though. That makes me have to take back something I said in the first episode.
The cameras.
That this did not happen. Yeah, it's the cameras.
Everything's surveilled.
We
have a correction.
We have a correction to last episode where I was confident that this was happening in the early 2000s. It was not, because we were not kind of time dash with this, right? The actual stuff, like things happening in the elevator, bye-bye Pinky, right? Like all of that and people just walking out. You know what that is? That is a heightened sense of self and confidence that is like none other. They're not even worried about it. They're like, you know what? Let's go.
I don't think I could ever be
completely.
No. Yeah.
No, I do not have that much confidence. Are you kidding me?
And I'm a confident person. Like I can walk into a room and feel fine and like talk to anyone. I feel fine.
I cannot commit a crime, one, because I shouldn't and I don't want to. But two, can you imagine just being like, not even gonna worry. There's cameras everywhere. Like
cutting off a pinky.
Yeah, here we
Sorting
go. No
coke.
big deal. Shoving people. Run around
Running through the
naked
streets.
in New York. Like, just.
I could not.
Okay, I take it back. But if you listened and you were thinking, I don't know, Amanda, you might be wrong. Guess what? I was. And now that's like even more appreciation for these characters.
Yeah. Even more.
Dang.
Ultimately, Jake thinks he has a plan because he still has the USB of Jules drugging Anna and the overdose. So he has these videos and he calls the Fix-It guy and he's like, you better fix it and get my brother on a plane out of the country. And the Fix-It guy's like, that's not how it works. But Jake is so hyped up and he's like, it is going to work or else I'm going to give these USBs to the police. And he's like, I got a plan. I figured it out. And it's like, this is not a good plan. And even Vince knows this is not a good plan, but they make it to the Black Rabbit to get these USB drives.
Dude.
And it does not go according to plan.
No, it doesn't go according to plan.
Because then they're on the roof.
Yeah, and it seems like maybe there's going to be like a resolution, like, and I think our idea of like a resolution and this kind of ending okay-ish, right? Vince decides to jump.
Just like fall backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, he falls backwards. He doesn't even jump. So like, he's up on the same spot where he was supposed to 1, 2, 3 jump with that guy many years ago. And we see him and Jake turns around right as he's falling back.
They have this whole conversation beforehand of like closure though. But I think Jake is having this conversation like we can get through anything together. And Vince is having this conversation like you no longer have to get through things for me.
I'm holding you back.
I'm holding you back.
Yeah.
Which is so sad.
I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah.
In some ways, it's like, in some ways I can see the truth to that too, because it is like Jake will literally always do anything for Vince to his own detriment. On the other side, it's like there has to be like space for possible redemption. And I wish that it hadn't come to that.
I will say this whole last episode, I think I said it even in our teaser a few weeks ago, if Bateman doesn't win an Emmy, I'm going to be so pissed. But this last episode, I think when they find in this episode, when they also reveal that they know about the bowling
murder,
the murder of the dad. And that whole exchange to me was so just like, my God, like, where do you pull that out of, Bateman? Like, seriously, like, where is that?
They're so talented.
No notes. If anybody's giving you notes, I guess, I mean, you're also like a director on it, so I hope they aren't. But like, my gosh.
It was so good.
It was great. It was great.
So well done.
The ending, so well done. The ending was tough. And then they basically took care of like something that if you're new to this podcast, we usually have what's called
Prediction Town,
where we hop on this quick train and we head on down to Prediction Town and we try to predict what's going to happen next. And this is a limited series, so there is no what's next. They actually took us on our own little chugga Prediction Town and showed us like life after.
They answered all our questions.
They did. What do you think about that?
I liked it. I mean, I love that. I also love when shows and movies end with like the screen grab and then the little blurb of like what happened after the movie ended. Like, I love that. And if, I don't, it's like
usually when it's based
maybe.
on a true. Yeah, but that's usually when it's like also based on a true story and stuff.
That's true. But I loved this, and it felt like better closure because I think if it would have left off with the jump, I think it would have felt very unsettling in a way. And I feel like this shows that life does go on, and the people that are left in the wake of all of this tragedy, because oh my God, there's like some justice, there's some rebirth, there's some closure in a way where people are able to move forward and heal. And I wish that Vince would have been able to be a part of the moving forward and healing. But
I also wish that for Anna too. Like she wasn't part of the story.
Anna, yes, that's honestly the most tragic character in all of this, I think, because she was a victim by none of her own doing.
Yes.
Like literally she did nothing. Vince, like some of it was like, okay, this is a consequence, but she was truly like.
She's a victim of circumstance. Like.
Yeah. But we did see Jules get arrested. So some justice there.
Yes.
Roxy opens a restaurant, calls it Anna's.
And becomes like a huge deal.
Huge deal. We see Jen and Val are like having this auntie niece relationship where they're probably like the most well-adjusted of the Freakins women.
Yes.
And so that's nice. And then we see Jake.
He's just
starting over.
Yeah, he's bartending somewhere. Gets up. Goes and he bartends.
And honestly, good for him because it is like when they're on the roof, he's like, this hustle culture is not good for me. I'm making bad decisions. And so sometimes you need to have a job where like you can just leave it. And you don't have to be up there until 4 a.m. And it's not the emotional weight and it's not the books and it's not all of that. And like for him to be able to just recognize that and be a successful bartender, good for him. 10 out of 10. More people should take that advice.
I love waiting tables and bartending. I did that high school, college, loving it.
It's great.
And there were a few times like in my 20s when I was working jobs, I had 2 different jobs where I thought, which now I look back on them and like they weren't that hard, but I thought they were at the time. I'm like, I could quit and go make at that time $100,000 waiting tables at one of the big steakhouses, and this is 20 years ago, and $100,000 gets you a lot further than it does now. And
Yeah.
I was like, man, how great is that? Then I can just leave. I can like do a really great job of serving and bartending and being like really great at customer service and helping people, and like they're out and enjoying themselves. It's like it's a restaurant, right? Like
Yes.
it's a bar, like that's it. There were a couple of times I thought about quitting and trying to go get a job waiting tables at one of the big steakhouses that were like in the prime,
Yeah.
like mid 2000s, that were just like there's one restaurant, I can't remember the name of it, where the servers never left. And when they did, they would sell their section because they had the same section. And so you would sell the section because if it was like a really great section because a lot of those like older steakhouses here in Dallas have like recurring
People who go.
you come in and they're like, this person always sits at this table. Even when I worked at Rise, which is the souffle restaurant, George W. Bush used to come in on Sunday nights. And so he sat in certain sections. And so, yeah, in fact, side note, do you know that he talks about Rise when he talks about when he got the call about Osama bin Laden?
No.
He tells people where he was. It's like, I was sitting at a restaurant in Dallas called Rise. You get it? Rise. Like a souffle, Rise, when I got the call, which was funny. But like Eleanor Roosevelt's granddaughter used to come in and like everybody wanted that section. And one time the girl called in sick and I got to wait on it. But it's like those kinds of restaurants, people will sell their section and make a really good living. And then be like, you know what? I'm done.
You know
As
what
long
my
as you don't
problem
get, like,
today was? Like I wasn't quick enough with the bread basket.
Truly.
Oops.
Yeah. Or my
my
tips weren't as good, but like, how can I reflect on that? And literally, how can I do better the next day or at the next table? It's like an instant feedback loop. It's not like, oh, I've got to put this and implement some change into it. Right.
Yeah. Quick aside about tips. There was a study where like, I think it was This American Life did a podcast on it, where it was like, oh, do you get more tips if you're friendly or if you're like nonchalant? And guess who gets more tips? The nonchalant. Like the less friendly and eager you are to wait on people, the higher your tip. And they were like, it might be psychological because it's like, this person's so happy to be here. I don't need to make their day. Versus like this person is existing in this world and like still taking good care of me, but not being like, can I get you anything else? Like leaving them alone a little.
I will say, so I guess it depends on how we frame friendly. Like friendly, affable, you're listening to their needs. You're trying to read the room, right? Like that's how I was. But like, I do get everyone's,
gregarious.
and I'm just like too eager to help. Or it's like, hi. And I'm like, I can't drink any more water. Like there's no more space in my body left for water. Also, my cup has 1/32 of an inch that doesn't have water in it. I'm good. And I'm always very nice to like, service industry. It's ingrained in me, but like, I get it where you're like, hey, pump the brakes,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Speaking of pumping brakes.
Yeah.
That's it for this series.
Black Rabbit, thank you for your service. Truly. Because I wish I was wearing a heart rate monitor because I felt like we got so worked up in the middle of this podcast talking about it, like that I
had to process it.
Yeah.
But now I feel better.
If you didn't watch it, still go watch it. It's wild.
For sure. Yeah.
It is wild. It is so intense. I thought it was excellent. I don't even know that I would want to see like another Black Rabbit. I would love to see more of their work, but like that was the perfect amount. I think 9 episodes would have been too much. I mean, like where they ended it, we got the whole story in there.
We did.
It was great.
And what's up next for us?
What are we doing next week? We have a show that you've never seen, so it's going to be kind of a throwback to Suits. We're going to be doing season 3 of The Diplomat.
Is that out yet?
Season 3 drops this weekend, maybe? Is that right?
This
weekend? Yeah, season 3. So if you have watched The Diplomat, we would love for you to join us. If you haven't, still join us. There's time for you to binge season 1 and season 2 because we believe in you.
Believe in you.
You're not going to, though, right? You're going to like hop right in and raw dog it?
I'm hopping in on season 3 and I'll just hope that I figure it out.
It's going to be great.
You might have to fill in some gaps for me.
Sure, I can fill in some gaps. It's going to be great. And then after that, we have Nobody Wants This.
Are we going to do Wayward?
Yes, we have Wayward too. So I guess it's Diplomat, Wayward,
Nobody
and
wants
nobody
us.
wants us. Or are we going to do Wayward, Diplomat, nobody wants us?
What would you like to do?
Well, it seems like we would give people a little bit more time if we did Wayward first and then did
Yeah, that's fair.
Diplomat, and then nobody wants us.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Wayward's already out and Diplomat's not out. So it gives you like a week to watch it.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for tuning in. You can check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere else you get your podcast. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a review.
And if you don't know what to say in your review, you can say, I hopped onto this podcast like a black rabbit hops all over the place.
That's it, girl. That's it.
So rabbits hop.
Yeah,
All right,
we're also
bye.
gonna, yeah, bye.